Hello Stampers, I'm Terry Hartley from Rustic Barn Cards. I just want to remind you that Sale-A-Bration is going on, and that is through the end of September. So for every $50 purchase from the mini catalog and or the annual catalog, you can receive a free Sale-A-Bration item. So for an example, you can receive the Bedazzling specialty paper, and it's free with $50 purchase. Although this specialty paper is kind of limited, so when it is sold out, it is gone. Whereas some of the other items in here, you can order clear through the end of September, free by purchasing a qualifying order. So here you can purchase the little penguin designer series paper that coordinates with the cute penguin stamp set in the mini catalog. And there are lots of other choices in here to choose from. So I just want to remind you, Sale-A-Bration is going on, which is a great time to purchase because you get free product. Well, I'm going to use the Cutest Halloween stamp set today to make a card. And I will give you dimensions, and this is a really cute set. It comes as a bundle. It comes with a punch that punches out the ghost, the pumpkin, and the cat. And it also has, if you buy the suite, it has designer series paper. Here is the designer series paper that comes, that you can also purchase. And I wanted you to know that this punch does punch out the faces, the cat faces and the pumpkins. And today we're going to use the ghost punch, and we're going to punch out one of the ghosts from the designer series paper. Okay, let's start stamping. So the card base is going to be basic black, 8.5 by 11. We're going to fold this in half. Now my dimensions, I'm going to be giving them to you today, but you also don't need to write them down if you don't want to, because I will have them in the description below. And I also will have them on my website at rusticbarncards.com. So we're going to go ahead and lay that aside, and then you're going to need basic white in 5 1/4 by 4, and we're going to go ahead and adhere this to the inside of our card. So I've added adhesive, and I'm going to open up our card and place this inside and line it up best we can. Then I'm going to go ahead. All right. Then you're going to need basic black, and this is going to be 4 1/4 by 3. And you're going to need basic white, and that's going to be 4 1/2 by 3 1/8. Let me redo those measurements. I think let me recheck that. Okay, let me give you those dimensions again. The basic black is 4 3/8 by 3 1/8, because it is larger than the basic white. The basic white is 4 1/2 by 3. Okay, so basic white, 4 1/2 by 3. Basic black is 4 3/8 by 3 1/8, because we're going to layer those together. And then you're going to need some designer series paper, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. And then we're going to need a scrap of the designer series paper, because we're going to cut out one of the little ghosts. And we're going to be using Memento black ink. And we're going to go ahead and glue our designer series paper. We're going to adhere this to our card. So our card is going to open up this way. So let me go ahead and add our designer series paper. This is the back side. Both sides are beautiful. I've added adhesive. Sometimes I find it's better to open up the card this way, but you do whatever works for you. And I like the green glue, as I sometimes call it, because it gives you a little bit of time to move it if you need to, And we'll press that down and lay that right over there. And now we are going to add, I think I'll do our stamping before I add the basic white on our basic black layer. But I'm going to be also using this beautiful black and white gingham. And I'm going to not tuck it around the edge, as sometimes I do, but I'm just going to have it across our card like this. So I'm going to make sure I even have just maybe a little bit extra so I can trim that later if I need to. And then we're going to do some stamping. So I'm going to bring in our Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I'm going to use the Sentiment Hey Boo. So we'll ink this up. And I'm going to stamp it right up here in the right-hand corner. And press down and straight up. And I'm going to bring in a scrap of the basic white. And I haven't decided, but we might use one of the ghosts. So I'm going to go ahead and punch out a ghost using our punch. And I'm going to add some eyes to that. So I'm using this face. The stamp set has several faces that you can choose from. So there's our little ghost. Clean that stamp. And I think we're finished with our stamping. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to add this layer to the basic black. And we're going to line it up, and it doesn't have it just barely shows. The black would just, basic black would just show around the edges, but I'm going to try to get it straight. And then I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals on the back. I don't know about you, but I seem to go through quite a few dimensionals because I like to pop things up. I think it gives the card just a little bit of interest. And I think 5 is fine. If you're going to send this card, you might want to go ahead and add a few more. So I've taken the tops off. I'm going to bring our card back. We want to make sure we can read the Hey Boo the right way. We have it correct before we place it down. I'm going to try to get this centered and straight. Sometimes that can be almost too much. Let me hold that up. I think it just needs to go down just a little bit. And you can just pop those right back up if you haven't pressed them down. And now I have it lined up, so now I can go ahead and press it down. All right, let's go ahead and add our ribbon, and then I'll just trim that a little bit. And I think I'm just going to, I could add glue dots, but I think I can just add a little bit of adhesive. And pick that up, and I'm going to kind of put that right in the middle. And I could have used some clear glue too. And then I'm going to just kind of snip that right just a little bit in. And the same as over here. There we go. Now we're going to bring in this designer series paper and our punch. And I want to show you that you can line this up. So you just line your little ghost on the designer series paper. And what I like to do is kind of clamp it down, not too hard, but just get it like I want it. Get it lined up. And it will cut those out. And in order, let me show you a trick. So if you don't want to do that, because maybe you want to cut this out and use it, then just take this and a sticky note. I just found the sticky tab, and that'll work, because then I can hang on to it. So I'm going to line that up again. And here we have our little ghost. And then I also went ahead and fussy cut one out, which is really easy to do. So if you do not have the punch, you can fussy cut them out as well as using the punch. So we're going to put that little ghost there. We're going to bring in and pop this ghost up right here. And so we're going to kind of arrange these how we want them. I think that looks good. And then I'm going to pop them up with dimensionals. Then we're going to add some embellishments. And I think 2 dimensionals in each one will work. So put him right here. And let me add on the next one. I've already taken the backs off. I'm going to put him right here. Then we'll add 2 dimensionals to this. So this is a quick and easy card, but I think it's really adorable. Let me know what you think. Let me get the stars to add to our card. So I'm going to be adding these cute stars, adhesive sequin, back sequins, and they are in the mini catalog, and they're in this suite, because you can buy the Cutest Halloween as a suite, or you can pick and choose what you want. I'm going to bring in our take your pick tool, and what I like about this is that one end it has a spatula, and then you just turn this, and then it has a pointed edge. It has a little cap for it, and then the opposite end has putty, and we're going to use we're not going to use the putty today. I'm actually going to use the spatula, so I'm going to turn that. So it's really simple to use. I use this all the time in my crafting. But now we need to decide whether we want black or whether we want orange. And I think I'm going to go with the orange. I have quite a bit of black with our card base and our ribbon, so I want to give it just a little bit of contrast. So I used a small one there. I'm going to use a larger one down here, star. So you have 2 sizes. You have a smaller one and a larger one. And here is our card. Hey, boo. And you can write your message inside. You could also use, we could have stamped, you put a smile on my face inside the card, or have a fabulous Halloween. So you can use the sentiments on the stamp set on the outside of your card as well as the inside of your card. So please leave a comment, give me a like. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'd appreciate it if you would click that subscribe button. And I'm Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.